And here we go. All right, my Hartford Warriors, let me hear you. Okay. One bad apple. So much. All right, my Hartford Warriors, let me hear you. One more again. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. Come on, get a father hand clap of praise. Okay, I know it's a long stretch, but can anybody tell me what we talked about the last time we met? Just a quick, it shouldn't take you more than 15 seconds. And I'm going to give you a 15-second countdown starting now. 15, 14.
I can try.
Come on, Mr. Warren.
What I remember is that I'm trying to break it down in a few words. That Yah's got it all in control. We talked about him being a shield and a buckler, and the emphasis was that he has his hands on him. And I think I remember that being repeated many times, that he has his hands on you, no matter what's going on, that he's got it in control. So that's what I recall.
Oh man, come on, give him a hand for that. What we had did, but we went back, started at verse 2:1. We went down to verse 8, I think. And we just summarized what, because we were so engulfed with verse 7. We just summarized what it was about. And what it was telling us that if we seek Yah for knowledge, if we seek out the wisdom, that heart, then basically Yah give it to us, and not only will he give it to us, he'll be a buckler. He was talking about the buckler, and then, it just gives different aspects of the wisdom and what Yah would do if we seek. And that's where we got into seeking. Ye shall find, knocking shall be open, and all that good stuff. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
And we talk about skill, the definition of skill, the basic definition of skill. Somebody want to holler at? Basic definition, when I say skill, so you know what I'm talking
I think it was knowledge.
about. That's close. It's when I say skill, I'm talking about to know and to understand. When I say that person has skill, it's to know and to understand. To know what to do and to understand when to do it. So skill is how you got your discernment down, you know when to do. Not only you got your discernment down, but you know what to do or how to do. Say like this morning, I got up this morning and I was hungry. So hungry demands that I get something to eat. Not just anything to eat. I had been eating grits for a while, so I wanted some grits and eggs and sausage. So I got the eggs and I got the eggs out. I got all the food together. Why? Because I'm a cook and I know the first thing you do, after you get your utensils, what you're going to cook with, you get your food together. Or vice versa, you get the food together so you know what you have to cook. And then you get the things to cook it. And that's what I did. That's because I have skills. And so I wasn't cooking dinner because it wasn't dinner time. I wasn't cooking lunch, it wasn't lunchtime. I was cooking breakfast because it was time for first breakfast. Not second breakfast, but first breakfast. And so I got together, and what did I cook first? I didn't cook the eggs first. I didn't cook the sausage first either because sausage was going in the microwave. They were Jimmy Dean. And Jimmy Dean's sausage in the microwave is very delicious. And they were turkey sausages. And they had salt. And so I cooked the grits first. I got the grits, I put the water on. And how many know the ingredients for grits?
Great.
Grits. Go ahead. What's the ingredients for grits? Grits and water. What's the weight now?
1 cup.
1 cup for what?
1/2 cup.
Huh? No.
2 to 1.
3 to 1. It's 2 to 1 in some package, but these were quick grits. These were quick grits for 1 whole cup of grits. I'm not a good seller. For 1 whole cup of grits, they wanted 3 cups of water. So I put the 3 cups of water in, let it boil, put the grits in, and then put just a touch of salt, and then they started boiling, and then guess what I put next?
Eggs.
The eggs.
I want some grits.
Cause he was quick,
Rich,
they'll
jump
be,
in.
they'll be ready in 5 minutes. Rich, jump in. So they'll be ready in 5 minutes. So what did I do? I cooked the eggs cooked, put the grits on the stove, they was ready, and I put the sausage in the microwave. Why? Cause they only take 45 seconds. So I put 45 seconds in there, so I hit a minute really. And then they were ready, and then I put it all on one plate, and guess what I did?
Ate it.
I went and put it in the living room and got ready to sit down. I said, oh, Nell will be here in a minute, so I heard him put some shorts on. And so then I had everything else ready, so I sat down and then I ate. Why? Because I had used my skills to get a task done. You understand? Discernment, knowledge, skills. So when I say skills, I'm talking about you know what to do and you know when to do it. That's what skills is. And that's what Hawkman is. What? What is Hawkman? Skilled wisdom. Skilled wisdom. Not just any type of wisdom. Not just philosophizing. But we got skills. We know what we're doing. We can go and see, for those who don't know, when he taught this, it was like teaching a trade. Let's say the carpenters, which was really bricklayers, they would teach the kids or whoever was training them how to lay bricks. But not only how to lay bricks, but when to lay them, what brick to lay, what time of year to lay them. The fishermen would tell them where to go, how to find fish. So they get those skills down, right? So when they get skills down, that didn't make them have Hawkman. They had Hawkman when they applied how Yahweh do it, and then demonstrated themselves the ability to do those things at the right time. It was important not just to know how to do it, but when to do it and to do it according to Yah's law. So that made them a Hawkman. Like you see somebody that was a skilled fisherman. They didn't just give that title to anyone. Everybody knew how to fish, but they didn't just give everybody that skilled fisherman. They did. We did. They didn't give everybody that. Go ahead.
It just reminded me last time you talked about having the deep expertise as opposed to the guy on the commercial who was a tax guy and he was fixing the plumbing.
Yes. Very good. Go ahead. It's fine.
I was expounding on what you were just saying about not just running through having a little touch of knowledge, but really knowing what you're doing so you can apply it.
Exactly. That's what I wanted. See, I found out? That when we just throw those things out there, people say, oh, but they don't know what the point is. They say, oh, yeah, I remember that, but they don't remember what the point was. Not everybody, some people catch it, some people don't. Because somebody went to sleep when I was talking, and then you said, the plumber, they said, oh yeah, but I don't know what that was about, we're going to talk about it now.
Yep.
Like we was in the movies, and I said, we came from the movies, I said, honey, look at all them things on the floor. She knew exactly what I was talking about. I didn't have to say, look at all those black holes or all those vortexes. I said, look at them things on the floor. And she knew exactly what I was talking about because we were on the same page. But somebody else was being around, they wouldn't know what I was talking about. We were talking about flowers or rugs or whatever. You know, but we're on the same page. When you're not on the same page, you're not going to get it. You understand what I'm saying? See, that's what Yeshua meant. He said, when the apostles said that they started out with us, but they're not no longer with us. We're not speaking the same language. People start out with you, and then they go off on their own little thing, and you're talking about the same issue, and they lost. I could sit down and have a conversation with my mom or with my sister. They could say God, and they could say Jesus, and I could say Yeshua, and we all on the same page. But then you have dogmatic people, let's say a Jehovah's Witness and a Seventh-day Adventist. They'll be saying Jehovah and be meaning somebody completely different. I don't have a clue who they talking about. but I don't know him. Seriously, I watched Raiders of the Lost Ark. And he said, Raiders of the Lost Ark, number 3. And they said, the name of God. And immediately I said, Yahweh. And they said, he said, Jehovah. And so then he stepped on the brick, and the brick broke. He stepped on the J, and he said, oh, I thought he was going to say, ain't no J's in They said, no, in Latin it starts with the I. Applesauce. Tell him, Ricky. He really knew better than that. So we over here at 2 and 8. That's where we stopped at. Come on, read it for me. Proverbs 2 and 8.
I will read it.
Go to the super reader.
He keepeth the path of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints.
Yes, deep in the hall of justice.
Yes.
I was watching the show yesterday.
He was watching.
It was on a big old screen, a giant screen. And dude, she said, what does that S stand for in your chest? And he said, this is not an S. My girl, this means hope. She said, well, in this world, that's an S. What I'm trying to say is that discernment applies to everyone, but everyone ain't discerning the same thing. You understand? Everyone can discern, but they can look at the same thing and get 2 different analogies. So therefore, you can't assume that everyone is thinking the same thing unless you're speaking the same language. And that don't mean America. You can go in America, and someplace you say, yo, I want a Coke, and they give you a Coke. And you go someplace and say, I want a Coke, and they say, what kind? You mean what kind? I want a Coke. They say, well, what kind? Diet Coke? Okay. Then you go someplace, I want a Coke, what kind? I'll take a Pepsi.
Boy.
Seriously?
Sprite.
Yeah.
That's, yo.
Coke means soda in some places. Some places, pop means soda. Here in good old Orlando, you say what you mean. I want a Sprite. My wife went to the store yesterday. She said, you want something? I said, I want something to drink.
Man.
She said, what do you want to drink? I said, we're in the Fiesta things.
Yes.
I said, I sound like it. She said, you just can't be making up names.
Yes.
So I'm expecting them to come out with some kind of red, I don't know the name of the thing she be getting. I think she's gonna come out with something red fruit. I said, I don't want the Hawaiian punch. I want some Fiesta thing. And so they in Walmart, right? Guess what they get me?
What?
A Hasi orange.
Yes.
And it was good too. But I was expecting something red and you know, just, but hey, it worked. And see, that's called discernment. I don't know what he wants, but I know he likes this.
Yeah.
So she took what I said and didn't understand it, but she got the basic need down anyway. You understand what I'm saying? And see, that's called wisdom. Skilled wisdom. The only way she knew that because she was skilled in giving this stuff. You understand? And so you don't always have to get it perfect. But just hit the dartboard. See, sin means you missed the mark.
Yeah.
A lot of people think it means miss the bullseye. No, you missed the mark. If you hit the dartboard, you ain't sin. Now, if you miss the dartboard, we're in trouble.
Yes.
And see, that's what a lot of people do. They throwing at the dartboard and they hit it. They're all right. They searching and they seeking out the yard.
Amen.
Thank you, Elder. Thank you. Thank you. That's something for my wife. So we was talking about that. We went on to Matthew the 18th chapter. I'm telling you some good stuff now. Matthew the 18th chapter. How many did any kind of studying while I was on vacation? These people. How many, say the commandments? You know, I was sitting up there praying for folks and wondering, okay, Father, give them some sense. And not being rude or anything, but let them taste you so they can seek after you more. Not just sit around and wait and die. You understand what I'm saying? A lot of people would get in the situation, right? They would wait to die. How do you know what I'm saying? They would wait, they would sit there and wait for the worst thing that could possibly happen to happen. And say, I knew it was going to happen. Well, why you do something about it? If you ride your car, if you drive your car and don't put no gas in it, I prophesy you're going to run out of gas.
That's the prophecy right
You're going to want to run out of gas. And that's what people do. They sit around and wait for things to happen bad so they can say, I knew that was going to happen. Well, how about the preventive thing? The preventive part of it? See, when the Father tells you something's going to happen, He ain't telling you just to look for it. He's telling you to do something about it. That's part of being a protector. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm a guardian of my home, protecting the kids and stuff, but I don't do everything for them.
Right.
I said, listen, put some shoes on.
Right.
Listen, don't go in there and hot son. They disobey, bad things are going to happen. That don't mean I ain't do my job.
That's right. Amen.
That means you refuse to listen. That means you did what you wanted to do. You was with me, now you're not with me. How many ever played follow the leader? Now, when you played follow the leader, was the leader trying to trick you into not following him?
Yes.
Not when I played follow the leader, we had to do everything he did, but he wasn't trying to trick us. Now, when I played Simon Says,
Yeah.
he would try to trick me. A lot of people get that confused. They think y'all's playing Simon Says. Like he's trying to trick you into messing up.
Amen.
He ain't trying to trick you. He said, follow the leader. Do what I do.
There you go.
But you know. Come on, let's go. He's not trying to trick you. And so people be looking for that catch-22. What do you mean if I obey you, I'm going to be successful? If you obey me, you're going to be successful. You want to cut me off, Steve? You should put the mic down before you put that thing back in. If you obey me, you're going to eat the fat of the land. That's just too good to be true. But you're not going to eat the fat of the land.
Well.
Y'all have Matthew 18 yet? Matthew 18. Okay, we got 15 minutes now. I'm stopping at 1 o'clock. So then don't give it. 18 verse 6. Come on, somebody.
I will read again. Thank you. Whoso shall offend one of these little ones which believe in me, it were better for him that a millstone were hanged about his neck, and that he were drowned in the depth of the sea.
Now, what in the world they got to do with guarding the path? What in the world they got to do with back in Proverbs? Somebody connect the two for me, please. Connect the two.
Well,
Go ahead, Ms. Warner.
if connected back to Proverbs 2 and 7, to me this amplifies the buckler, that, you know, if you humble yourself, be righteous, you know, entering as a little child. I mean, if someone coming against you, woe unto them, because a millstone around the neck ain't a nice thing.
Oh man, come on, give me a hand for that. Go ahead, Elder.
Also, as I was looking at it, I see that in Matthew 18, we're talking about humbling ourselves as that little child. So when we humble ourselves and follow Yeshua, we are Yeshua basically. And we're his ambassadors, that's what I should say. And then in Proverbs 2 and 8, it says that he keeps the path of judgment and preserveth the way of his saints. So in other words, the way that we're going, he's protecting us and he's directing us on that particular path. So he is controlling it. So if you are coming to interfere or to try to take us off of that path, then you've offended him too. And so then woe unto you because you're going to be messed up.
Okay, come on, give me that. Look at it right there, let me show you something. He keepeth the paths of judgment. Keep it mean what? We look at the Strong's coordinate or whatever, it means he's guarding it, right? He's watching it, right?
Okay.
Y'all got that?
No.
See it? Let me see that. Proverbs 2 and 8. He keepeth the paths of judgment. When you click over the number,
Got it.
and the definition says watching, preserve, to guard, to watch, right? Definition, watch over, he keepeth. When I say keep it,
Keep it.
keeping what? The path of judgment. Okay, so you just let's just for a moment picture a road, a pathway in the woods. That's judgment. Okay? And preserve it, somebody say preserve it.
Preserve it.
What does preserve mean? Well, when I click on preserve, it's basically saying the same thing. To keep, to guard, to observe, to watchman, to be a watchman. He preserves the way of his saints. So we have here, check this out now, we got a Yah. And guess what he's doing? He's doing what he told Adam to do. He said, Adam, put you in the garden, I want you to keep it. I want you to watch over it. So he's keeping the way of judgment clear. So you got swift judgment. And he's keeping the way that you're going clear. Not just of people trying to hurt you, but let's say a vine come up. He's keeping that roadway clear. So nothing is withheld from you, nor nothing impedes you. Because that word right there says offends means to stumble. And he don't want you to cause yourself to trip, nor does he want anyone else to trip you. Now when we see this right here, say, okay, judgment. Why judgment? Because somebody messing with you. Because somebody messing with you.
Somebody messing with you.
Judgment. Judgment is a powerful thing. Judgment means discernment, basically. How many know discernment is a type of judgment? You have to tell this from that.
Yeah, okay.
So he keeping the path of discernment. He's sitting up there deciding what's going to happen to those who mess up this nice, clean path. And then he used the word preserve, which I like. Preserve means almost keep. So the way is already clean, so he ain't gonna keep, he ain't gotta keep it, he ain't gotta clean it all the time, he just gotta keep it clean. You must say keep it clean.
Keep it clean.
When you preserve something, you don't change it, you just keep it just the way it is. The way of his saints. That's why he can say that ain't nothing new happening to you that it ain't happening to everybody else. I know you think that your little near-death experience is a new experience, but, you know, saints, other people went through that too. So when we get over here to the kingdom, y'all get somebody this?
Yes.
I see we already knew this. Okay. Whoso shall offend one of these little ones, I'm going to judge him. Somebody say judgment.
Judgment.
18:6. Whosoever shall offend one of these little ones, which believe in me, it were better for him that he judge himself. It It was better for him that a millstone would hang about his neck and that he would drown in the depths of the sea. Woe unto the world because of offenses. They gotta come. But woe to that man by whom they come. That's why if your hand or your foot offend you, cut them off. Now that what got me. Not offend somebody else, but offend you. But if your hand calls you to something, if your feet call you to something, cut them off. Because it's better to go through life having no foot or no hand than to go through it with two and throw into everlasting fire. What is he saying? What is he saying? The scripture says, don't let your right hand know what your left hand is doing. What does that mean, Pastor? What does all that mean? If you're doing something, hands mean occupation, work. Idle hands, occupation. Feet mean travel. If you're doing something that's causing you to stumble, stop doing it. You understand? Let me tell you something. Time, I said, okay, I was with another ministry. We need someone, I told you before, we need someone to operate the cameras. Before I went to my job. I said, look, I'm with this ministry, and they want somebody to operate the camera. I always wanted to learn how to do that. So, if I can get, I think Tuesday and Thursday nights off, then I'm gonna do that. Okay, sure, Cornell, no problem. Fine. I took the camera class on Tuesday, practice on Thursday, and then Sunday I operated the camera. That's what I kept doing. Okay, now, listen. I finna do this right here. Now I'm operating the camera. Listen, I need every Sunday off because I'm the main cameraman now. I need every Sunday off. That's good? Sure. That's good. No problem. You have every Sunday off. You got Tuesday night off. You got Thursday night off. And you can have Sunday off. Fine. I'm riding on the camera. Put in the kitchen, keep crashing and burning on Sunday. We need you here on Sunday. I don't think so. Not gonna happen. Why? I feel like Joe Clark. Because I gave my word to God.
Yep.
And I'm about to throw him out. Came around, honey, we need you to work Tuesday night. Not gonna happen. Okay, let's go with it. If you come to work, then they said, if you come to work Thursday, if you come to work Sunday, we'll give you $1 raise. Not gonna happen.
Golly, they serious.
Not gonna happen. Okay, I tell you what. We'll give you Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. But you work a BD the rest of the days till you get 40. Not gonna happen. Do you know how bad I want it? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and Monday off?
Oh.
Not gonna happen. I've had red law 247. They don't wait, that's no big deal to me. But that's the enemy. My hands, my job were offending me. Because I told y'all yes. I didn't tell them just the ministry. I had sense enough to know I'm doing everything as unto the Lord, including my job. So if you want to offend me, I'm cutting you off. Well, we're going to have to cut your hours. I need to schedule. How you going to cut my hours? I did not care because I understand $1 extra. Let's see. If they give me $1 raise an hour and I work 8 more hours, they ain't gonna make $8.
Yeah.
People gonna say, oh, I get $1 extra. Ain't going to hell. You don't look at it like that. You told Yah yes. And he said it's better for you not to put your hand to the plowshare than put it to it and look back. Not me. I'm not going to do that. Because guess why? Because I understand who supply all my needs. And people don't know who supply their needs, so they depend on what they see. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's what it means. Time you get a promotion, I told everyone in this ministry that came up, when they got a promotion, I said, listen, I'm telling you, your job is going to try you. I said, they're going to want to give you more money, they're going to give you more hours. I said, so you're going to have to decide. Now, I'm telling you this now. So, you need to decide what you're going to do. How California, I'm with you all the way. I ain't worried about it, man. I'm with you. We've been together a long time. How many of you see it? I ain't talking about not one, not two, I'm talking folks. Told me the same story. You know why? Because people are people. Do you understand that? Am I mad? No. I told him it was going to happen. And then when it happened, I told you, I said, you remember? I felt like, how many ever seen Devil's Advocate? Well, Devil's Advocate, he told his son, the devil told his son, the money is the easy part. He said, well, there's going to come a time when you're going to have to make a tough decision. It's called pressure. So the devil's son got under pressure. He was like, oh man, I don't know what to do. He said, remember, we talked about this. I was telling him, remember,
Yes.
we talked about this. Not irritating the devil, but I'm just saying. The Father lets you know it's coming up before it's coming up. Right here, it tells you to cut it off or you're going to hell. That's what it says. I'll be cast in the everlasting fire. That's even worse than that. Why is that? Can I want to take a guess at that? Anybody want to wake up and take a guess at why they will be cast into hell for not cutting off the part that offended them? Go ahead, Evan.
First thing came to mind was the scripture that all liars have their place. Anyway, so that would be a lie, right?
Well, even more than that, the class you teach, covenant. When you're in covenant, it's do or die, baby. It's do or die. We know that from covenant vows and contract. It's do or die. We're in the covenant, you're going to do it or you're going to die. That's why without the shedding of blood, there's no remission of sin. It's do or die. Well, y'all is not a difficult man. You like the mafia. You like the mafia. Let me tell you something. You know a lot of people nowadays, right? I know a lot of people nowadays. Do you know anyone that has been through as much trauma as me?
Oh,
No, but there have. There have been, and a lot more worse than me. Why? You don't know them, so you don't know what they went through.
exactly.
It might be the preacher right there across the street. You don't know. So we think our little drama is the biggest thing, and y'all told us, listen, you ain't the center of the universe. There's nothing befallen unto man that's uncommon. There's no temptation. You hear what I'm saying?
Yes.
I know for a fact that I am tough. I know for a fact I can take a lot, and I got a high pain tolerance. I was laying in that bed holding my stomach. I said, She said, "Wah."
Yes.
Ooh, that hurt. It was hurting me tremendously. And I sat there, and I can tell you the truth, Brother Thaddeus. Not one time, not once, did I think about getting up and down. Not one time. You know why? I'm on the covenant with my wife. That's why. For real, I'm being for real. It wasn't about me. And when I talked to y'all, that's what I said. I said, man, I don't leave my wife here by herself. And so every morning I got back up and went through hell. And it was not pretty. But guess what? It's over with. I made it through. But I knew it wasn't in me. Do you see what I'm saying? I knew if I was going to make it, it was going to be y'all. It was going to be straight him. That's why I don't be worried about stuff. One man said today, and I'm closing with this. He said he had a vision, and he was talking to me. And he said that he met this angel. This angel had a backpack that looked just like his in his dream and vision. And he said the angel opened up the backpack and had his church in there. And he said, "What you doing with my church in your backpack?" They said, and the angel said, "Well, what's in your backpack?" He said he opened up his backpack and he seen mortgages, sickness, and all this other stuff. Stuff he had prayed off of other people. He was holding in the backpack. And he was shocked, and the angel said, "Why are you holding on to that? Let it go." And see, that's my mentality, what the Father was telling me. Praying for everyone and doing all this, and the Father said you healed and made whole. If you don't want it, I can't force it on you. But I can't keep going back. I can't keep going back and say, okay, come on. It comes a time where you have to say, either you want it, go get it. Because guess what? The kingdom of heaven suffered violence, and the violent take it by force. Me and my wife, marriage ain't last this long because we sat around and played patty cake. We fought tooth and nail for it. Both of us through blood, sweat, and tears. I'm walking right now, not because I just sat around and cried. I fought for it. I believed when I didn't want to believe. I kept, and when I couldn't pray, somebody was praying for me. And I wasn't afraid to ask for prayer. Because I know what changes things. And see, we sit around playing patty cake. You got to fight. The kingdom of heaven suffered violence. And this thing, you got to want it and you got to go get it. And you sit back crying and whining ain't going to cut it. And then something in you will snap and you will change. But you can't stay a baby forever. And I can't keep holding you. You ever seen a mama pick up a 5-year plan? I don't see it. I can't do that. It's killing me. You know what I'm saying? The Father said, "Oh, you're here. Rise up and walk." And I go get your sickness because you won't let it go. And so I get your sickness, pick it up, and I got it, and then you will get another sickness. But good gravy. He said you healed. Just walk in your healing. Somebody said, "Oh, I'm hurting so bad." I said, "Here, I got some pills. You want some?" "No, I don't want it. I just want to see you hurt. Go hurt." I used to be like, "Man, oh, Father, man, give them some sense of them. You know, hurt. Yeah, what? He can take care of you better than I can. Do you understand what I'm saying?" All right. Today's broadcast is brought to you by our side for this my promise here, RGM, and music on thing. They will walk my face on my side. The time's up now. I know y'all here to be my time clock. I gotta stay on strict time schedule. I'm like a basketball player. I only get to play 10 minutes. All right. Any questions? Anybody got anything you wanna say? I hope y'all got something out of it, all right? I enjoy it, I really enjoy it. It is now 1:05. 1:05. Y'all remember 102 Jams? 102 Jams. I mean, I was a jet. I stayed up for 3 days listening to
Here we
it.
go.
The same song. Boom, boom,
Hey.
boom, boom. 102 Jams.
That is.
102
Mother.
Jams. It's 106. What?
Put poisonous thoughts in my children's mind.
Cut me off.
Yeah.
106. Park Place. We will be back here at 2:15. Alright? And start 2:30 for what?
Covenant. Vow. And contract.
Well, they just shows kid my little honey buns. We'll be back here at 2:15. Get prayed up for 2:30 for another episode of Covenant. Wow.